All right, who's next?
David,
Yes, ma'am.
my nephew,
Yes, ma'am.
why are you sitting on this council when this can help you? By law, you shouldn't be sitting on this council if this is helping you and your family.
I don't know what you mean by that. If you're meaning that I'm gaining some way from this campground, I have said
I
this
do.
until I am blue
I am saying that.
in the face. I am not an owner of this campground.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, people, yes, you are.
I have the documents. He is not an owner.
I don't know how else to say it. I've got a document here. I don't know what else to do. I can't talk you out of that, obviously.
David, we talked for 2 hours
We
the other
did.
day.
We did. We talked for 2 hours because you were upset with some things you saw on a video.
And I still have faith in you. Let me keep this faith in you.
You're
Okay.
welcome to see where I signed all my interest to that campground over in October
What
2017.
is your interest?
It was an interest in the campground, and I've never hid that. But before there was any votes made on this road, and I'm sorry to drag you all through, I'm sorry. But before there was any votes made on this road or any decision made, my interest in that campground was dissolved. It's right here. It's a legal document. She doesn't have it because it's not recorded. Because you don't have to record everything as long as two people agree and it's notarized.
Okay, we were owners several years ago. That road was going down by the creek. All of a sudden when,
No, ma'am. That road-
yeah, it was.
That road
Okay,
was
I
on the
said,
map for 25
I'll
years.
stop.
The road was
Because
on
it
the,
was.
the road was on the map for 25 years. The route wasn't decided until November of 21. When, after the community meeting,
Okay. We own the house that's in the argument.
yes, I know,
We own the property in the argument down by the creek.
yes.
Yes, you guys were involved in that. Don't tell me you weren't. And I know legally, you can't sit on this council. I'm done. Legally, you can't sit on this council.
That was kind of interesting, that meeting. How long ago was that meeting? That was just a couple months back.
3-4 months. It's been.
Has it been that long?
Well, yeah, you just got back.
I
That
know.
was a month long.
I'm telling you, I've gone to so many, because you have to remember, I've been to every city hall meeting starting January 8th to July 8th, every 2 weeks, and I only missed 2. So I've been to several.
Yeah.
Several. And every time I go in there, what is the anthem that I say? God is a God of justice. And until justice has been served to our family, we're not going to back down. We're not going to fold. We're not going to buckle. But we're going to stay the course until everything has been exposed. If you've been following our story anytime, the last couple weeks, I'd made a video and I said that we're under new counsel now.
Yep.
So we feel like we can breathe. Because we are under new counsel who defends your First Amendment rights and believes in your First Amendment rights, which is what we're about to talk about today.
Yeah.
You want to roll right into it?
We might as well. I mean, definitely.
Oh,
I feel like you should. You know, we've got a different approach now.
Yeah, a very different approach. I don't have to be.
With the new legal representation, so it's.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's
Great guy.
awesome. He's awesome. And, you know, I know the last video that we put out, you know, it was heavy, and it still is heavy. I'm never going to downplay what they've done to our family. Now it's 17 months. It's it has been a nightmare, a living hell on earth. And you know, some say, well, you got to put things in perspective. We have put things in perspective. And until you've walked a day in what we have gone through, you can't wrap your mind around how your life can be flipped upside down literally overnight. Because that's what it was overnight that this happened. So, all right. So I don't know, how do we roll right into that? I mean, I don't know how to say that, but other than say a big piece of the puzzle that we've left out under our old council. And so we've been called liars. We have been called greedy carpetbaggers. I mean, what are transplants? That I'm not a Christian because Christians don't do this. Well, in any way that I have been leading, the one thing that I've always tried to do is let God lead me and show the world what it means to fight for your property rights the Bible way.
And, Arlene Teester apparently was the spokesperson for that statement.
Oh, which we're going to...
And I know, but I'm just saying with the part that you were just talking about, especially carpetbaggers and transplants.
That was on purpose.
They have painted that narrative. You can read the statement. They had to make sure that they stated that we were from Ohio. They wanted to get that out there. And they are the ones that's making it known that outsiders aren't welcome to Pigeon Forge unless you're giving them money. Unless you're a tourist, you're not welcome there. They've made that well known.
Absolutely. Or unless you bow.
Yeah.
Unless you bow.
My impression of the statement was, it seems like you guys are trying to make the family look greedy. The fact that it was mentioned that they're from Ohio seems to paint them as outsiders. And, what's not mentioned is any sort of ties that the mayor may have to the campground. I think we've got a lot of questions. What happens there impacts us all. It's not just a local issue. This sets precedents for unjust land takings elsewhere. It normalizes, someone like the mayor, perhaps prioritizing the interests of his family over another family because he's in a position of power. So hopefully you can understand why we're very concerned with what we're seeing.
But you're right, and we're going to address that.
Yeah, I know. You just said it, so I figured, what, we might as well just say that right now. We're the outsiders. They've made it known. Yep. So just so everybody's aware, read that statement, and you can decipher it yourself and see anybody outside of Pigeon Forge. You're not welcome there.
Oh, and that letter got sent to everyone in the city of Pigeon Forge. Yeah. From what we're gathering, because we have through the mail, we've got, I can't even tell you the countless DMs, emails, anonymous emails. People were texting me saying, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we got this in the mail today, which is completely absurd that you would go to that length.
Yeah, it seems like that would be something with urgency, something,
Oh, it was on purpose. It was
not
with
a
vengeance.
Family that's getting their land taken away, and you just want to make it known to paint your narrative.
Exactly. So let's not lose sight of this again, that we are a family, that the government laid eyes on our piece of property, and we were in the way of what they wanted to do, and we're going to show that. So a document that we've had this document for quite some time.
Yeah, somebody anonymously.
Yep, somebody just randomly said, I think you should see this, which we've had several people. It's not was just one person.
Well, this was the accusation the entire time.
Yes.
Obviously, the video that opened up, this has just been what everybody's assumed, but no one's ever had the facts to back it up, apparently.
But we do have the facts. But we could not say it under our old council. But anyway, all right. So how are we going to do this?
For this, you can just kind of talk about it right now, because I'll just put it up as you talk about it. I'll put it up on the screen, and
all right. So
you can kind of turn it over and show what document you have as you go, but none of that really. I'll put the whole thing on there.
Okay.
I'll make it work.
Well, yeah, because this is all public. Again, we're not showing you anything that you can't find yourself. This is all public.
And I'll post the link where you can get to this. So
it's all public knowledge.
The Mountain Press Jeff Farrell.
Jeff Farrell. He's been dying.
He was asking how to find this, and at that time
we couldn't disclose it.
But this is directly on the Register of Deeds in the county. It's directly on their website. It takes you directly. You search land records at the bottom. I'll have the link. That takes you to another website that all of this is at.
So on this deed, it's this deed of trust. There's somebody's name on there. Well, there are 4 members on this deed of trust. Should I go ahead and just say all of it?
What do you mean?
Appalachian Springs LLC. And Appalachian Springs, we know that that's the campground, right? The campground that the road was initially going through, the public voted to go through this campground. This is, when we showed this in the video last time, this is facts. This isn't hearsay. This is stated facts that was in the Mountain Press. This campground, Appalachian Springs, the road was going through there initially.
Yep. So as of this deed was July 6th of 2021, which was when all of the planning was being discussed. If you remember in if for everybody that's followed this, if not, go back to my other video, watch it. I'll tag that as well. That talks about the route.
Yep.
The planning committee had that meeting over this October 26th of 2021. So you think that this would have been something that would have been discussed there, and no one had any knowledge to that.
Right.
And then the mayor came back, which, we haven't even said that, but so
Well,
you lead right into it.
All right, let's just
said it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
don't worry about saying it'd be on there, but
right.
we're just
All right.
talking
So
about-
there are 4 members. One member in particular is David Ware. He's a member on this deed of trust. That's all public. This is all public information. He's an actual member, financially tied to Appalachian Springs. And you want to hear with the amount? It will blow your mind. The amount of this deed of trust, total amount is, where's it at, Douglas? Help me find the total amount.
We got the new money.
The new money was 1.6 million. The old money was 3.9 million. So a total, where was that at? Right here it is. Right here it is. The new $5,555,000. So a little over $5.5 million
for Appalachian Springs LLC, which it says 4 members of the Appalachian Springs. David Ware's one of them. It's his signature. It matches all the mayor's signatures.
Oh yeah,
and
because
anything else.
let's remember one thing. Yeah, because because once I saw that, so now I feel like I'm free because I can speak now. Once I saw his signature on when they condemned our house, because they have to sign off on everything. When I saw his signature and I compared it to this signature, there was no doubt. That's when I knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that this was all planned. It was all part of, that house, our house. He knew the house was being sold, which we're going to get to that. We've got we can say that now. We got audio, right? We can say we got audio.
I mean, yeah, but what do you mean?
We're not going to play it, but because we're still, I'm telling you what, with the amount of evidence.
There's just too much to go over. And people always wanted to,
And we couldn't.
It's not even a matter of that, too. I'm just saying at this point, we can't go over everything. It'd be a 6-hour YouTube video.
Oh, you're right on that.
And people want to.
So the road was going through.
I just wanted to touch base real quick about this because we're still talking about this.
Okay,
and
sorry.
What we're going to get is people that say, well, he's no longer a part of it. He signed, I forget that docket that documentation.
The deed, the quick deed, or whatever. We don't even know because we never did see that.
No, he said it was just when 2 parties are present and there's a notary, then.
Yeah.
But that wasn't finalized until October 27th. Remember? I'm quite confident that was the date, or it was either when it started or when it finished. Either way,
It doesn't matter.
one, he never told the public that he was owner of that when they were making the decision of that.
A member.
And 2, he still, because according to what we see, so this is according to what we see, this has not been released. Like, as in, he's still on this. It would say
There would be a refi from what we're gathering.
or not a refine.
A refi. They would have to refinance this loan
Without
to get
him on it.
Without him on it.
Yes.
To get him
or
off
it would
of
have to be closed and paid back.
Exactly. So, according to what we're seeing, and according to somebody very close,
He's still
on
according to
this.
all that.
He is still on this $5.5 million loan.
Therefore, he has interest in this campground
Yeah.
because because the loan has to be paid off.
His name's still financially tied to this campground.
Yes.
You can't get around that. I don't care if you quick deed. You are still financially responsible. If this campground goes under or Appalachian Springs folds, he is still financially responsible.
Yes.
To get this. However you want to look at it. Doesn't matter how you look at it.
I think the way he's saying, again, this is just from what he mumbles, and you can't understand half the stuff that he's trying to say because he's playing this little game with us. But he says that I believe the way he's saying it is he's not making profit from it.
Yeah.
So he's stepped away from the company. He's not making profit from it.
Yeah, we
even
believe
though
that.
he is on the loan for the campground.
And you could care less if the campground goes under. Well, guess what, Mayor Ware? Guess what? They're going to come after you also, along with the other 3 members. There are 4 members, and you are one of them. And you are financially still responsible. I don't know if you thought that we are just Ohio people who have no common sense. I don't know if you thought that we were just going to bow under your command because we were in the way of your campground. But we're not. Yeah. We are not. This is going federal. I don't think everybody understands what all has happened and the evidence. The mounds of evidence that this is literally you are going to hear about this. This is going to be one for the record. There is no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. And with what new information we got from our lawyer, which we can't say.
Yeah. we probably could, but
I'm not going to. Absolutely not.
We can't.
We can't.
For ourselves.
No, we cannot. But I'm telling you one thing right now. This is taking such a turn that we didn't even see.
No.
We're like, what? Like, God is so good, and God is a God of justice, regardless. And so people are like, oh, well, just take their offer. What part does people not understand that we never wanted to sell our house?
Yeah.
Never.
Scrap the offers, the counter offers. It didn't matter. We didn't want to sell.
And so the Pigeon Forge statement, all they were trying to do was paint us to be as ugly, nasty, greedy Ohio people who are just trying to rob the people of tax dollars.
Yeah.
Should we go there or not? We'll hold that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm fired up, and I hope that y'all can see a different side because I am fired up because I feel like the muzzle has been taken off my mouth to where all of this, it's disgusting what they've done.
Yeah, and what's funny is if they would have just, I don't know, went through the field, it's sad to say it like this, but they would have never got exposed. We wouldn't have went through all this.
But that's not how God, yes, exactly. But God wanted,
that was what it was all about. It wasn't about the money.
No.
It was about we wanted
move the road back.
Give us our house.
Through every public meeting, I have been quoted in the Mountain Press, move the road back. Jeff Farrell quoted, move the road back. That's all we wanted. Just move the road back. The campground would have been intact. Oh my God, let's talk about the nursing home because that was another thing that people were saying. Or the rehabilitation center it was in the church. Like you would rather elderly people be put out on the sidewalk. It was never going to touch the rehabilitation center. Never. You showed the routes. Everybody would have been happy except for who? the mayor's dad that was quoted in the paper, if that road goes through my son, which he should have said sons,
Yeah.
right? Not just sons, plural. If that road goes through my son's campground, it will be a total loss. No, it wouldn't have been, Jerry Ware. It would not have been. It would have still been able to function and been a great campground, and everybody would have been happy, right?
Yeah, I mean, because what I was going to say, because the why behind even probably the road leads to that too.
Well, yeah, no, well, we know,
anyways.
There's no way possible. Like, let's just do this, and I want to wrap this up. Think about this. If you are from Pigeon Forge and you know Ogle Drive, take a drive down Ogle Drive and tell me if you think RVs can go down that road easily. It's almost a one lane road. I mean, literally almost it is. You have to go over. So think about this. Think about a campground's developed, and they can't
with a lot of money invested in
a
it.
lot of money invested in it, and the road can't sustain
High traffic
RVs coming down. But then here we go. Now we have a bypass coming. We have a bypass coming.
Yep.
Thank God. I'm telling you what. Thank God. But
Yeah.
so it's getting, I hate that we've had to walk through this. I hate that what this has done. It's changed me as a person, as far as I'm not the same. I mean, I think you even shared that with our new attorney, like I'm not the same person. And I did almost have those moments when I thought, I cannot sustain this weight. I can't do it. But then I have to remember that God brought us here, and there's a reason why. There is a reason why. And you all just stay tuned, because I'm telling you, our name is going to, it's going to go down. People are going to reference our story as, wait a second, the Race family didn't fold. Wait a second, the Race family fought with integrity. We didn't tear people down, but we brought the word of the Lord that God is a God of justice. And so our name will be referenced on how you fight God's way, and just letting the truth speak for itself. Because there's nothing we've ever said that is lies. Nothing. Mm-mm. We have told the truth the whole time. The whole time. So this document, you can find it. He's going to show you how to go to it yourself. It's all public record. It's all public record. So we've been saying, we know why that road didn't go through. We know why it didn't. We know why it didn't. Do away with, that was another thing that they'd said on the video too, or on our Eric Brackens had said, well, it was a dilapidated house. It was a rundown house.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? The audacity.
That one was weird. I'll play that.
Please
I'll
do.
play a clip of that here.
The audacity of that.
I think the community here knew that house was an older house. It was kind of run down at the time. It's like, okay, we got to, just part of that process is like, well, we could go up this route and do a hybrid, bring it down here close to the creek, and then move it, and they're going to do the campground.
That was to me, that was rude. That was mean, because it wasn't. It wasn't. It was an elderly woman who lived there, yes, but it was not. It had good bones. It had good bones. And we came in and we worked our tail off to get this fixed, to get it right. We worked our tail off. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
Just play that and let them hear what actually that whole conversation. It was that was just ridiculous, because it wasn't.
Yep.
It was not. It was not. So.
Yeah.
All right.
More
Stay
to
tuned.
come.
More.
We'll-
There's
like I said, we can't.
There's no way we could let it all out.
Unless you want to sit here for 6 hours,
Yeah.
we can't do it all. So
So-
there will be more updates.
All right.
I think that's it. Just
Yep.
everybody, please share a story, subscribe, keep the comments coming. Tell us how everything's going. We're here for it. We're ready. We're
Yep.
ready to fight. And
Podcast, bring them.
The more you share, the more we can get this corruption out.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thanks.